Alright guys, so I'm going to be live streaming by the time this video is up, so hopefully you enjoy this and come through to the stream. It's your boy, enjoy. Now what's going on guys, your boy 3G, we're back with another video. I wanted to talk to you guys about this situation alongside BG and Red Infamy for the Brooklyn Skill Tree, but unfortunately we wasn't able to meet up. Our schedules are a little bit fucked, but you know what, I'm going to still talk about this situation. It's about Microsoft and Platinum Games parting their ways and ceasing development for Scalebound. Now, one I will say that's very fucked up, and it sucks to see, you know, development for a game that was in development for several years be, you know, that's it, being seized. But there's also a lot of information that people just don't know of, and there's a lot of shit that's going on now. Another thing I will say is that there's a handful of people, such as myself, I was interested in the game, but no, I wasn't fucking hyped for it. There's a lot of people who are actually hyped, and it sucks. But there's a handful of others that they don't know shit about game development. They don't know shit about this game. They don't know nothing. They just bullshit, especially the Xbox people. And I guess they taking it so hard, they starting to just throw shots at PlayStation. I don't fucking get what the reason is for. But I'm gonna read you what, you know, Scalebound's official Twitter tweeted out. It was an article that they had confirmed, well, that Microsoft confirmed that the Xbox One exclusive Scalebound has been canceled. And I'm gonna just read it right here. It says, after years in development, the Microsoft Studio exclusive Scalebound has been canceled. Built by Platinum Games, Microsoft just confirmed that to us that Scalebound's development has been seized and that the two companies have parted ways. It says Scalebound was set to be an action RPG with 4-player co-op where players form bonds with gigantic customizable dragons. Microsoft Studios has a pretty packed lineup for 2017, which is bullshit because they don't have a packed lineup as of yet. What we know so far isn't really a fucking packed lineup of games, unless they have some games that they didn't announce yet, which I'm hoping for, that they can announce at E3 that would wow us. But these games ain't fucking action packed. They ain't a packed lineup. These games are garbage. Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm actually interested in a couple of them, but these aren't fucking packed games or a packed lineup. So it says 2017's packed lineup of games goes as followed. State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, Halo Wars 2, and Crackdown 3. Those are the 4 games they're saying is a packed lineup. That's bullshit, and I think every Xbox dude out there knows that, but they're fucking pussy and they're not saying it. They're out here saying, you're telling me that is fucking packed? No, you want me to tell you what's packed, and I'll be a fanboy if you want to call me one. Shit, if they were to say shit like God of War, The Last of Us 2, motherfucking Death Stranding, and goddamn fucking Days Gone, Horizon Zero, those are packed lineup of games. Crackdown 3, where the fuck is that game? We don't hear shit about it. Then you got Sea of Thieves, which I'm still hype about that game because I seen that shit. I was there. I was in the thing with them. Had a personal conversation with them, me and BG. We seen what this game is about. I'm super hype about that game. Still an indie game, and it shouldn't have been or should not be marketed as something that big. I mean, I hope it goes far, just like games like Rocket League and whatnot. And Halo Wars 2, I know they got a fan base. But this is not a fucking stacked lineup for E3 2017 or even to launch in 2017. These are weak ass games. Crackdown 3, who the fuck is talking about that? Nobody. It says Scalebound's closure will disappoint many people as it represented as the only known AAA action RPG experience in Microsoft's exclusive portfolio for the near future. Now, I will say they said for action RPG, a AAA action RPG, because had they only said AAA, I would have been like, but is it Crackdown 3 a AAA? I don't know. I don't know what's the development cost for that. But they market this shit as an action RPG AAA experience. I don't know why, and in my opinion, from what I saw, and even behind the scenes shit, why Microsoft marketed this shit as a AAA. Maybe the budgeting, maybe, because that's what is considered AAA. Maybe the budgeting was like over millions and millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. But marketing this shit as a AAA, I think, is another reason why this shit fucking canceled. Because as what I read in another article from Polygon or Kotaku or something, they were saying how the studio, Platinum Games, the developers, they were overwhelmed. Workload, investor dates, deadlines. They weren't meeting deadlines. The workload was ridiculous. They were pooling staff. They were doing crazy shit. I think marketing this shit as a AAA and doing so much with this game pushed developers to that edge, and I don't think they were able to get done with this shit in time. This shit's gonna happen. I don't know why people expected this game to be big. Now, granted, I wanted this game to come out. I don't want to see shit go down. I hate seeing games being canceled. I mean, what the fuck? We seen Silent Hills PT get canceled, or I guess they ceased development for that. But look at Kojima now. Now, the one thing I will say is this, and I'm sorry to break fucking hearts. Scalebound was not going to be a console seller nor a system seller. It wasn't going to fucking push sales on consoles. I'm going to be real with you. And I think that's another reason why Microsoft canceled. Now, I'm going to just read off a little bit more from the article here. And now it says, Microsoft said that they have great respect for Platinum Games and that Scalebound's cancellation came down to business decisions. Once again, I actually do believe it's business decisions because obviously Microsoft has money, but I think it came down to business decisions and seeing all these delays, seeing how the workload was getting ridiculous, and the fact that, come on, man, Microsoft, look, games like Sea of Thieves was supposed to drop last year. Why are games like Sea of Thieves, fucking Halo Wars 2, and State of Decay being pushed? These aren't fucking heavy load games. It doesn't make sense. I think this is what I believe is that Microsoft is marketing them to be these big fucking hitters and is putting so much pressure on developers, and now they got to make sure that the game is going to be at a certain tier, it's going to perform a certain way, which they always should be at its most pristine, and they should always be at its best, I guess, value when they release. But I think just the fact of it being that overwhelmed that Microsoft put that much pressure on them just forced a lot of these games to be pushed, as well as Scalebound being canceled. Now, it says here, like I said, about business decisions. I do believe that they looked at it like, listen, Scalebound, at the end of the day, is this shit gonna fucking push console sales? If not, we're gonna have to do what we gotta do. I mean, I don't know the whole situation with Fable, but seeing this happen with Scalebound, I guess they decided to part ways. Not only that, we don't know if there was money that needed to be paid, if dates needed to be made, and Microsoft was paying and paying. We don't know anything such as that. I don't know any of that yet. But reading here, when they say business decisions, I still think it's bullshit, and it kind of sucks because what you're going to do, you're going to sell the license of Scalebound to Microsoft, or you're going to have to try to find a company to take over, or what's going to happen? You're going to become an independent studio that's just going to drop your game and become a multi-plat game that you're going to just drop on different consoles. We don't know what the fuck is going to happen. But seeing all this bullshit, I mean, it sucks, but it happens. I mean, like I said, this game is, for me personally, what I saw was not to be taken serious. I mean, it was gonna definitely be better than Recore. Recore is fucking hot garbage for an exclusive. In the studio, I feel bad for them and what's gonna happen with them in the future. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But as far as Scalebound goes, it had a lot of potential. I just don't feel like they should have marketed this shit as a AAA, or at least, because to a lot of people don't understand that AAA doesn't mean that, oh, it's gonna be amazing. AAA is more on the end of what their budgeting is looking like. So it must have had a big budget on the game, which is why it's being considered a AAA. But to others, they're looking at it like, oh, AAA, what is that? And they're gonna think that it's supposed to be a big hit game. And I don't believe this was gonna sell well anyways. I'm gonna be honest with you. That whole Microsoft, you get the game for free on Windows, all that shit I don't think helps. It doesn't help at all. I'm gonna be real with you. So I don't think this was gonna fucking sell consoles regardless. And I think that's what Microsoft is aiming for. I think they're aiming for games that are trying to sell consoles. And I do think that Halo Wars 2, State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, and Crackdown are a little bit closer to its ending of the development cycle, which is why they're continuing on with that. But with Scalebound, it is what it is. The shit wasn't completed. There was a lot of shit that they couldn't meet. They couldn't meet deadlines and all that shit. They decided to just part ways. And it kind of fucking sucks. And I know there's a lot of people saying, because I've been seeing it on Twitter, I had some conversations with some of my boys, they're saying hopefully Nintendo picks it up. And what Red Infamy said, shout out to Red, she was like that maybe Nintendo will, because it's an Asian developing company, I think Japanese market, and it can cater more for Nintendo for the Switch. That would be cool and gravy. But if they're under some crazy financial issues here, which is why they're being I guess which is why the workload is ridiculous and they're overwhelmed and shit, I don't know if Nintendo would take this. Plus, again, Nintendo don't like pushing out games that they're all fucked up and buggy. If this game is not or nowhere near being completed, would Nintendo take over this? I don't know. I can see Sony trying to take this shit, but then again, I don't know what's gonna happen. It'll be crazy. I hope they get picked up by somebody. It'll fucking suck, but I don't think this should be any fucking serious to take over. I mean, I'll be real with you. Even with Scalebound being in fucking Microsoft's list for E3 2017, or even as far as games dropping 2017, this list was not a stacked list, and people need to be fucking realistic. Crackdown 3, well, probably. Halo Wars 2, most likely even probably sells more than Crackdown 3. Sea of Thieves, I don't think that was going to be a fucking console seller. State of Decay 2 is not a console seller. These games aren't stacked. So at the end of the day, I don't know why people are making it seem like Scalebound was going to make, you know, this list be more popping. It was going to be fucking popping. And at the end of this article here, it says, I asked Microsoft if they felt that there was a gap now in their lineup after the loss of Scalebound, and they told me, and they said to me, and I quote, Crackdown 3, Halo Wars 2, Sea of Thieves, and State of Decay 2, as well as unannounced experiences, which I hope these unannounced games are fucking crazy fucking games. I hope they make huge impact into the Xbox market and for Microsoft, because that's what we need out here for Microsoft. We need these heavy games that's gonna have long-lasting franchises and series. We need that. We don't need these fucking Halo Wars 2 and Crackdown 3 games. I'm being completely honest with you. And it says, are still on the way for 2017. Microsoft said they feel that their portfolio is very strong and beyond, offering clues to future unannounced projects. How do you feel about Scalebound's cancellation? where are you were you hoping to pick it up? Let us know in the comments and discussions, blah 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 blah. I will link the article in case you guys want to participate in that. But like I said before, I don't mean to come on and try to break a lot of hearts, but this shit, it is what it is, man. But it is kind of shady on Microsoft's end, because it seems like that's what they've been trying to do. And it's a good thing too that Microsoft is trying to push every single game as if it's a AAA experience, or it's gonna bring you an amazing experience, which is a good thing to do as somebody head of Microsoft or for Xbox, and trying to make it seem like these games are all amazing. But it's also bad too at the same time, because Scalebound, there was a lot of pressure under that game, and that was really their only game that looked more appealing, as if it was going to be a heavy hitter, when to be honest with you, it really wasn't. Once again, I hope this game gets picked up by something. I hope somebody buys the license to this game. It just sucks that people were looking forward to this shit, and for the people who tried this shit out at E3, hey, you guys got lucky. But from what I saw, I knew what the game was going to be like. I said the same thing about Recore. People thought I was bugging, and where the fuck is Recore now? Garbage. But people need to, and I'm not talking about the fans of Scalebound, people who are really interested. I'm talking about these Xbots, man. I gotta be real. Y'all Xbox dudes are crazy, and instead of being upset with the situation at hand, you try to pick fights with Nintendo games or PlayStation games. Why? It's not that serious anyways. Have a conversation about it. Make a video for your audience. You know, let them know how you really feel about this, that it sucks. This was literally your only hope, at least of enjoying your Xbox. I'm gonna be real, my Xbox isn't being played. There's no point. Really no point. Gears of War 4 is popping on the PC. I don't need to play it on Xbox. Like, so I don't know. All those games that are listed there, I'm getting them before Windows 10. Like, I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, we got games that have been canceled, that have been delayed. Where the fuck is Deep Down that Capcom was working on, right? What happened to Kingdom Hearts? We don't hear no news on that. Shenmue 3, we don't hear no news on that. There's a lot of games on both ends that we don't hear about, and you just hope that there's no cancellation on development cycle or any parted ways between companies. This type of shit happens. But I think over pushing or over promoting this as a certain game. Meanwhile, there was a lack of promotion going on, but every time there was a push on this title, it was being pushed as if it was gonna be this big fucking title. I don't think it was that big. It shouldn't even have been pushed that way. It would have been a fun-ass four-player co-op game, and plus one of their biggest projects, I'll be honest with you, because if you look at their history of games, what, Metal Gear Rising, Bayonetta, what, Ninja Turtles, or fucking Transformers Devastation, these aren't games that are gonna sell consoles, man. I'm being real with you. It's just not. It is what it is, though. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, once again, don't take what I say fucking to the heart. It just is what it is. This shit sucks. But you know what sucks more? Fucking delays too, bitch. Where the fuck is Kingdom Hearts 3?
The brother kids and call it making it out. They never said it out opposing nothing. Chopping over thumping, making niggas start forwards jumping. When I catch that boy forward front, chop a blow stomach. Get his body and soul be jumping. Come on, niggas, don't bluffing nothing. We gon' run up for you, we gon' get you it. Talk a lot like you serving bricks.